Go, let's work. There you go. Let's work. Ah. There you go. Light work.
What's up, Bruin fans? I'm out here with my boy Jay Hands.
Know the deal.
We out here doing this photo shoot, man.
Media day, man. New unis.
New uniforms, we good. You ready to show off for you?
You got me right now? Alright, regular.
So first, let's talk about LiAngelo's UCLA experience. So we all know back in 2017, LiAngelo Ball did commit to UCLA after graduating from Chino Hills. But once he finally entered UCLA, a lot of craziness has happened that really kind of destroyed LiAngelo Ball's basketball career. Now I know you guys remember back in November of 2017, LiAngelo Ball got arrested in China alongside with two former teammates, Cody Riley and Jalen Hill. So all three of these guys got caught shoplifting, which led them to get arrested in China, which was a very big deal just because China is a completely different country than the United States. They have different laws and all types of stuff. So it really was a scary situation because nobody knew what to expect from these three basketball players. And definitely for LiAngelo Ball, because at that time, all eyes was on LiAngelo. I don't think people realize how much pressure LiAngelo had on him being at UCLA. Even before he got in trouble in China, this guy had so much pressure on him, it was unreal. And that's because, of course, his older brother Lonzo Ball got drafted the year before he went to UCLA. And on top of that, his younger brother LaMelo Ball already committed to UCLA. And a lot of people argue that's the reason why LiAngelo even made it to UCLA, because of LaMelo. So basically, everybody was watching LiAngelo to see if he could live up to the hype, and he was going to do his thing to become a real NBA player. But as you can see, look what happened. So after these guys finally got past that China situation and returned to the States, this is what really makes me mad about this whole situation with LiAngelo Ball being at UCLA. Now, I know you guys remember when they had the whole press conference and basically all three of the guys had to apologize for shoplifting in China and everything. And of course, all the cameras was mainly on LiAngelo Ball because LiAngelo is the main person in this whole situation. I'm really upset because when you just think back on it, LiAngelo Ball, even though he messed up, you know, we all make mistakes, okay? But he owned up to it. He went to the press conference and he just told the world that he was sorry, and you can't do nothing but respect that. But this really makes me upset because LeVar Ball really messed it up for him. All LeVar had to do was let UCLA handle it. They suspended LiAngelo Ball indefinitely, which means they don't know when they're going to let them play on the court. But I guess LeVar was just so mad that they wouldn't give him a timetable on when LiAngelo could play again. He just decided to just pull him out of UCLA out of frustration. And that honestly was a bad decision because now when you look at it, guess what? 2 years passed. Cody Riley and Jalen Hill both are averaging 20 plus minutes a game and possibly start a few games. Just imagine if LiAngelo Ball would have stayed at UCLA. He would most likely be a starter right now. This entire year he will be starting and getting ready for the NBA. And on top of that, I don't think anybody even realized this. That year that LiAngelo Ball, Cody Riley, and Jalen Hill all got in trouble, now that LiAngelo is not at UCLA no more, Cody Riley and Jalen both decided to stay. And guess what UCLA did for these two? They decided to make that year a redshirt year, and right now they both are labeled as sophomores, which means they still have 2 more years to play college basketball. And that first year that they went to UCLA when they got in trouble in China didn't even count. It didn't even count against them. So they basically just sat out as a redshirt that whole year. If LiAngelo Ball would have stayed, that year wouldn't even count against him. He still would have had a full 4 years to play college basketball. He still would have been listed as a freshman if LeVar Ball wanted him to go one and done. But LeVar Ball was just so ignorant and frustrated at the moment, he decided to pull LiAngelo out of UCLA to send him overseas to Lithuania, which was no good for him at all. LiAngelo should have really stayed at UCLA. He would have progressed his game a lot, and on top of that, he would have had real good therapy with the UCLA medical staff and everything. Like, everything would have been very good for LiAngelo Ball. Everything would have worked out for him if he would have just stayed in college and just go with the flow. But instead of them doing that, look what happened. He's in a completely different situation right now. LiAngelo is really rehabbing and going through therapy and all that stuff on his own. And it just sucks because he's all over the place for no reason. All he had to do was stay in college and just go with the flow. Keep getting better, keep rehabbing, and just go with the flow. He would have eventually made it to the league just because of who he is and how good he would have got if he would have decided to stay in college. I don't think people even remember, but when he first played his game at UCLA, he scored 11 points off the bench against Cal State. Off the bench, and that was his first college game. He scored 11 points. LiAngelo is really a hooper. Just imagine if he was a starter, he probably would have scored at least 15, probably 20. This guy's a hooper. But of course, after that whole situation happened, everybody just want to slander his name just because of his reputation. This is really messed up, you guys. Like, I really have been reflecting on LiAngelo's UCLA situation, and it's just so messed up because he really should have stayed in college. And not too long ago, when UCLA played against Notre Dame, while Jalen Hill was shooting free throws, the crowd was literally making fun of him, saying, "How was China? How was China?" Then later they was like, "We want Jello, we want Jello." So it's just like they're still making fun of these guys for what they did and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, my point across this whole video is that what if LiAngelo Ball would have stayed at UCLA? Just imagine what he would be doing right now. I want you guys to leave your comments and opinions below on how y'all feel about this. I thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you press the notification button. TK Gang, we out.